Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to put on piston rings, and hopefully I don't break any. They're kind of fragile, so you just have to watch out for that. Anyway, this is out of a Briggs 6.5 horsepower, and one of the things you have to do is when you take the old rings off, what you can do is you basically just push on this, and then you hold this other side right here and you just push on this and it kind of pops off. Anyway, the rings are fragile, so just try not to break them. And what I was saying is, in between these little cracks, see, in the bottom of them, you want to try to clean that out, because when the combustion happens, like, the air goes in there and it pushes the rings against the side. So if those are dirty, they might kind of snag the rings or block them from expanding and giving you compression. You might even be able to just get away with just cleaning all the rings and stuff if they're not too worn down. And well, hopefully I don't break any. So here's my oil ring. You can see it has a spring that's actually on a wire. It's not focusing. You can see it's on a wire. See, find the wire. Alright, see, it's on a little wire there. Anyway, so this is the oil ring, and it has tiny holes in it. It just carries the oil up and down. And this spring type thing goes under it. So I don't know if yours has this, because on older engines, or the older one I have, doesn't have this spring. So you can pretty much just pop that on, and then you kind of squeeze it together. And then see, you got that spring on there. And then these rings are fragile and they do break, so just kind of watch out. And I'm just pushing on the sides, hopefully not scratching the piston. This one's pretty weak, this ring. So see, I got that on. And you can see on the spring, it's not where they meet. You don't want that. Well, I don't know if it matters, but I don't want that. So I see this one's held to pushed on the sides by this little spring. See, here's the second ring. You can tell it's kind of dirty. Got some carbon or something on it. Another way, you can put like 4 feeler gauges and just pop them on, but I don't have that, so. See, I got it in the first slap, but it has to go in the second one. So I put this edge in there. Hopefully I don't break it. Okay, so that didn't work, so I don't know if this will break it. No, that's gonna break it. Well, I'll just try this anyway. Alright, so I just held this side in here and pushed on the one on the top until it came down. And now for this ring. You don't want to confuse this middle ring and the top one because they are different. Like on this one, the top one's thicker, and they're just made for different places. So anyway, I'll show you how to get this one on. It's just like all the others, but you just hold this and pop it on, and then you just kind of move all the little openings away from each other so you don't have a big leak in there. And then you're gonna have to put it back in the cylinder. This engine still has the crankshaft in it, so I'll just tell you how. Basically, without the crankshaft here, it's pretty easy. And zoom in a little. You just kind of squeeze the rings together to get them to fit in there, and just make sure you're not turning them, because if you turn them and these things line up, you're gonna have a big leak in your piston. Not very much compression. So you just kind of push them into the cylinder. But I'll show you the other way also. Alright, so the way with the piston ring compressor, which I bought this from Sears, it was like $8. Has a lifetime warranty and stuff. There's a little mark on your piston, and right now I don't care because I'm not even, this engine's not going to run anymore. So, but on this one it goes towards the front. So what you do is you make sure these rings aren't lined up with each other. Just kind of space them out randomly. And the oil ring's not as important, but still. And then I don't have my can of oil here. You put it in here, tighten it up. You should put oil in here before you do this. I think I have some transmission fluid in this little thing. Just kind of spread a lot all over, and then put some in the cylinder. The more the better. Sometimes it's kind of hard to line this up. Other times it's easy. Alright, so that went in very well. Sometimes you have to retighten it, and really the more oil you put, the easier it is. And if you hit a blockage when you're hitting it in there, stop and restart it, because then you might really mess something up. Well, anyway, that's how to put your piston in. And if you're doing it through the bottom, you just squeeze them in with your hands like I said earlier. So hopefully you can get your rings and stuff, and you might want to kind of sand the cylinder a bit with just some really fine sandpaper. Like this is 600, maybe 400 or something, or 600, or get a hone. But really you can use this, even though there's oil in here. You can just kind of fool around with it, but this engine's trash. Anyway, hopefully this helped, and if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Alright.